Hey guys, I'm back. This video is going to be all about Little X Loves. I think that's how you pronounce her name. But yeah, so like I said in my last video, I'm going to repeat it because some people might not have watched my last video. Okay, so she's she was one of the first people I watched on YouTube, like on Reborn stuff on YouTube. And she's, like, we have a lot in common, I think. This might make you a little sad, but she lost her father and her mother in the same year. And so, I felt very sorry for her, and I commented on her videos on my other channel, I think it was, Mr. Angel May. Yeah, I know. But, saying I was sorry and everything. But I gotta tell you this little story time. November 24th, 2012, I was watching her video, Hug Your Dad. Sorry, guys. And I was crying. Because my father and mother separated over the summer. And they got into a really bad argument, and I didn't see my father for a lot. And he's very sick. He had diabetes, heart disease, kidney disease, stage 4, both of them, which is the highest one. Asthma, COPD, I think it's called. He was on dialysis, Baxter stuff, and whatever. But I think it's called Baxter. I don't know, but he was just very, very sick. And he was only 56 or 56. Yeah, so anyway, so I was watching that video that morning, and we were supposed to be going to the Festival of Trees. It's a long ways away from where we live, but it's like up in New York, I think. But that's where, like, we go there every year because it's like a father-daughter thing. So his friend was going to bring us up there because he can't really drive with his legs, neuropathy and stuff. He took a lot of pills because of it, though, because of his diseases. But he, so she was coming to get us because she lives near us, and I had to call and cancel. Well, I called my dad to ask when she was coming, and he goes, she should be coming soon, but I don't think I can come today because I'm throwing up. I'm sorry, that's kind of disgusting to say. I'm sick. I just don't feel good. I'm like, okay, well, it's just probably the stomach bug, because I just had the stomach bug before that, and I got over it. Over the summer, though, he had peritonitis. It's a disease with your dialysis, and he went to the hospital for it for about a week or so, and he got out, and the doctors are like, okay, it's all gone. So I wasn't thinking anything like that, and so I'm like, okay, I'll call you later. And he goes, okay, love you, kiddo. I said, love you too. Sorry, guys. And and then I was watching that video, and the next day, Kathy called me and said, is your father, I can't remember the exact words she said. She goes, hey, Angel, can you call your father for me? I'm like, yeah, sure, why? And she goes, well, I went over there last night to check on him and see how he was, and no one answered the door. So I called him and told him to call me back. He hasn't called me back since last night, so I'm a little worried. I went up today, too, and knocked on the door. No one answered. So I called, and no one answered. I called still, no one answered. I called my mom, and she said she was going to leave, and she told me to call Karen, my stepmom, my dad's first wife, and have her call Kevin and tell him to go check on him, because my brother lived, like, right next door to him. I'm sorry if I'm talking fast, but I don't want this video to be too long. And he, said, his phone was off. He was at work. So Karen told me to call my mom or the police. So I called my mom, and she told me she was going over to check on him. So my aunt lives down the road from us, and she has 2 dogs, and she always walks down here with the dogs, so I didn't suspect anything. So I was finishing watching the video Little X Loves uploaded about her dad a while ago, but I just watched it for some reason, and my aunt knocked on the door, and I answered it, and she didn't have the dogs with her. I was like, hi, and she goes, hey, do you have coffee on? I'm like, yeah, I can put it on. Where's the Pixie and Jack? That's their names. And she goes, oh, I left them at home. I'm like, oh. So I wasn't suspecting anything, and I told her, and she's like, no, I didn't hear. What's going on? And I told her, and she goes, and I'm like, yeah, the worst thing that could happen was he'd be gone. But she goes, yeah, can you get me some music? I'm like, yeah, sure. So I plugged in my iPod and stuff, and we were listening to music, and she just started crying, and I'm like, you okay? She goes, I'm just thinking about Uncle Abe, my dad's brother, who passed away last year on Halloween. And my grandma, his mom, passed away last year, close to Christmas. So there's 2 girls left, because you automatically will know now what happened, because I just blurted out. So my mom came running home, and I went out there, and she's sitting there crying her eyes out. I'm like, what's wrong? She goes, your father's gone, and my dad died. I don't know why I was watching her video, but, oh my god. But I was, and she kind of just, I just watched her videos, and she kind of cheered me up, and Julie did too, and I just, I'm sorry guys. I really want to thank her so much for that. But that's why I really think she deserves to get more subscribers and a shout out. But thanks for watching, and hopefully there'll be a video about Julie soon. A good video. Yeah, so sorry. Bye.